Almost there. Let me go to my page. All right, Lewis, I think we are live. I think we are
Wow.
actually
Okay.
live. All right, so let me come back to the Zoom and let me tag a few people. I want to thank you so very much for being here tonight. And let me hit this so I can hear and I can see the comments there. Okay, awesome.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Awesome. Let me tag a few people.
Okay.
Make sure they can hop on. All right. And I'm going to share the link. All right, give me one more group. All right. Is that water?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, Lewis. So first, I want to say to everyone, thank you so much for your patience. I know we are a little behind. I'm your host, Patricia Island, but it's not about me tonight. I want to say thanks so much. It's an honor to have my special guest tonight, Mr. Lewis Gregg. He could have been anywhere else, but he's committed to being here with me tonight. I want you all to know he is also with his grandchildren. And sometimes our grandchildren and children is a lot more tech savvy than we are. So I want to thank his granddaughter and his grandson for helping us get through this process. So without any further ado, I want to introduce to you all my friend, someone who I have known for a couple years now, and someone I trust so much with great health and fitness tips, to the point that in 2021, I knew that I wanted to do better. And I said, what better person for me to reach out to than professional bodybuilder, a nutritionalist, and certified personal trainer, Mr. Lewis Gregg. So Lewis, you have the floor. If you could please introduce yourself, let the people know a little bit, who you are, where you reside. And so it's your floor, Lewis.
Okay. Thank y'all. My name is Lewis Gregg. I'm from High Point, North Carolina. I'm a natural bodybuilder, professional natural bodybuilder. I've been doing this for like 25 years, competing for the last 15 to 16 years. I love helping people meet their goals, get muscle, lose weight, whatever I can do. I love to help people out.
Okay, awesome, Lewis. Thank you for sharing that. So I want to ask you, what inspired you to get into bodybuilding?
I guess my sophomore year in high school, when I started getting recruited to go wrestle, I went to college to wrestle for a couple of years before I quit college. Then after college, I started getting into bodybuilding. This is like in 87. I did my first show in like 88, a little local show. I took a few years off. Then I started back getting serious with it about like in 1990. Been in love with it ever since then. And I love taking care of myself. Health is, like they say, health is wealth. So I try to take care of myself. I got 2 daughters, 2 grandkids. So.
Okay, so one thing that I know is that your daughters, they love you and they are always super excited. They know how you're into bodybuilding and how serious you are about your health. Can you just share like how they support you, how they have supported you through your journey and making the decision to actually become a professional bodybuilder?
Becoming a professional bodybuilder is not easy. I mean, it takes a lot of work. And my kids go up down the road with me, traveling out of state, help prepare some of my meals for me when I don't have it, because I work full time. I'm a welder full time and doing it for 30 years. So, but every chance I get to do something for somebody, help somebody out, I'm always helping. My family is always number one. They always support me.
Exactly. So your daughters pretty much have seen you, because you said that you started over 25 years ago and you started competing 15 years ago. So has your daughters pretty much been there the duration
every show, except in '89 when they wasn't born.
Okay.
But yeah, basically been helping me out. Been with Daddy. Sometimes they get frustrated going up down the road with me sometimes, but I'm been pretty excited. A lot of my family members, mom, sisters, brothers, a lot of them supporting friends and family.
Awesome.
But,
Awesome. Where are
but I
some of
don't
the
need.
places you've gone to? Where are some of the
I've been.
places you've traveled to?
I've been to Virginia. I've been to Georgia. I've been to Maryland, South Carolina. I did shows about a little bit everywhere. Then I go to shows all the time, especially Vegas. I know I like bodybuilding. You know, natural, NPC, no matter what it is. I like competing. I like representing.
Okay. Awesome. So now I know that we actually met online probably almost 3 years ago. And I
Yeah.
want everybody to know, some people don't know, but before my business that a lot of people know about, Total Life Changes, I was always into fitness, health. Like I grew up with that, my dad, my sister, we take health very serious. And I actually met Lewis in one of our groups and, one of the fitness groups. I don't even know, one of probably next level, say gym rat, but we literally talking about not basketball gym. I'm talking about people who are highly, very serious about their body, very serious about competition, next level athletes. And it's like a whole community. And the one thing that I learned through, I've never stepped on stage. That had been a goal of mine. But the one thing that I learned from going to so many shows, I'm originally from Ohio, and the one show that I never missed until, I moved out west was the Arnold. I never missed the Arnold Classic.
Love it.
So, Liz, can you talk about going to like the Arnold and what is the Vegas one? The Mr. Olympia.
Mr. Olympia, yes.
Can you talk about that? Because one thing I like to let people know is that when you are into fitness on another level, you look at people's body not from a ooh standpoint. It's more because this is late night conversation, so we're gonna talk about that. We look at people's body from being very disciplined because you see people who take a lot. It's a whole nother level. So Lewis, please talk about that. The different, the shows on that level down.
I can look at a person and tell what potentials in them. I mean, even when I wasn't competing, I was going to shows. Then I'm like, man, I seen this guy a while back, and he was just so much out of shape. Now he's in shape. I can get on stage just with them same guys, and that motivated me. I got my juices are flowing. So I said, I'm gonna start competing because I love it. And people are like, well, you always talking about working out and training. Why you compete? So I say, I'm help other people out. I'm gonna compete and show them how easy it is to do. Well, it ain't that easy, but I'm showing anybody can do it. No matter your size, color, race, you got 1, 2 legs, you still can compete. But the main thing about it is you get yourself, take care of yourself, you get healthy with it. Take care of yourself, do it right. Helps you out. Keeps your blood pressure down.
Very
Plus you
good
look good.
point.
Plus you look good in your clothes,
Right,
and
right.
out the clothes, and out your clothes.
Okay. You all heard that. He said in the clothes and out of the clothes. Okay. So Lewis, so we see your trophies, and I actually have now, this person knows you very well, and he's in my business. And when he saw the banner, Nicholas Padilla.
Oh yeah, I know Nicholas. Yeah,
Yes, so
nice
Nicholas is
guy.
on watching with us right now, and he's sharing. And when I did your banner earlier, Nicholas was so kind to say, "You are the top." He didn't say, "Okay, I'm gonna watch." He
Hey, thanks,
said,
Nick.
"Yes, he did." Nicholas said that you are the top, and so that made me feel so
Hey,
good.
thanks, Nicholas. Thanks, man. Thanks for the shout out, Nicholas. Thanks, man.
That's exactly what Nicholas said on the banner earlier. He said, "Let's go." He's super excited. He said, "Wow, amazing information." And so I met Nicholas through our business, but Nicholas oftentimes when we do presentations, I remember one day he shared with us, he says, as a bodybuilder, he's familiar, just like yourself, he's familiar with a lot of different supplementations and a lot of different things. And so he shared why he loved our company so much. Now that's coming from somebody, when you work out on a whole nother level and you compete, you're not just picking up any old thing. You're not putting just
Yeah,
anything because you're trying to win. You're trying
yeah,
to be the top. So can you share about that?
yeah. Because Nicholas is way up, man. Nicholas go hard. I don't know. Nicholas go hard. I like that. He go hard.
Yes,
Motivates me.
he said natural bodybuilding, and that's so right, Nicholas. Natural bodybuilding. So, okay, so Lewis, we see you're giving us so much information, and so I'm writing notes as you go along. Um, with your, I see your trophies, picture that you have there. Can you give us an idea of what shows when you first started? What shows that you start placing? Because a lot of times people tend to think it's just a matter of a win. Sometimes you place. But can you speak on that?
Sometimes you don't place. If you get on stage, you already won. I mean, to get on stage in front of the audience, that takes a lot of nerve. So you already, everybody get on stage is a winner, no matter what place you go. And the judge judges you, but once you compete, you're competing against yourself, nobody else. And the judge is one judging you, but you're competing against yourself.
Okay, so Lewis, do you mind sharing? I'm reading, Nicholas said we get into body. Okay, yes. So, Lewis, can you share? Remember the time you told me about you walked out on stage, you had your pants on.
And that was my first show. That was my second show. I went on stage and I had my sweatpants on. I forgot to take them off. I was so nervous and everybody started laughing at me. I'm hitting my pose. I had my sweatpants on. They said, "Take your clothes off. Don't be shy." And I took them off. That was it. I mean, I was hooked since then. I was hooked.
So once you, okay, because most people, you've never been to a bodybuilding, a figure fitness competition, you walk out on stage, you're supposed to be ready. There's no, you left a roller in your hair, you got a sock on. When you hit the stage, you're supposed to be ready to hit your poses, your quarter turns. Now I know this, you all, I just haven't hit the stage yet, but you're supposed to be prepared. So Lewis literally is saying he walked out there with his sweats on, and they laughed at him, but most people would have just turned back around and been embarrassed and kept going. But Lewis, what ended up happening after once you took them off, you said you took them off right there on the stage. What ended up happening?
I started going to my posing routine right offhand. I didn't miss a beat. And you think you'd be real shy, but you don't see the audience, all the lights in your face. You don't really see the audience that well. So you're just hitting your pose and thinking about your posing routine you've been doing for months and months. Get out there, start hitting your pose, and people start clapping for you. I mean, it's like routine.
Okay. All
But
right.
it takes a lot of practice to do that. Start your practice out, start doing it in the morning. And I went to a couple of guys who work on my posing routine, because my posing routine was terrible. I get stuff off YouTube, like the pros, like Kai Green, and I couldn't do all that stuff. I couldn't do splits and all. So I had to make my own posing routine for my strength and weakness.
Can you talk about, so I know typically you pick the date, you work towards the date. Sometimes people say, well, I'm gonna get my body right. People that don't compete, they always say, well, when I get my body right, then I'm gonna do something. Well, from a bodybuilder standpoint, you all work in reverse. Anybody that's hitting the stage. So can you talk about 16 weeks down, 12 weeks down?
Most time I start out like 12 weeks down, but I try to stay lean year round. If you stay lean around year round, you ain't got to go 16, 17 weeks. But lately, since I turned pro, I try to stay about at least no fatter than 10% body fat year round. Then when I get on stage, I try to get it where about 5% to 6%.
Okay. Okay. So you led right into what I wanted to ask you. So let's talk about, because a lot of times people say, well, I couldn't do that because they're like that all year round. And it's a misconception that the way you see bodybuilders on stage, we know that's not how you are 12 months out of the year. So can you talk about off season versus competition?
Yeah, off season, a lot of people have stuff to work on. Like I had weakness to work on. So my main thing being a natural competitor, try to gain a little muscle mass off season. So I may carry a lot more body fat. So people see me in off season like, are you a bodybuilder? I carry a lot more body, because I usually lose like 30 pounds for a show, 35 pounds. I have lost 40 pounds for a show. It's kind of hard on your body when you lose that much weight, when you keep that much body fat on you. So last couple of years, I try to keep my body fat down low, so I'm dropping more like 20, 25 pounds. But as you compete, you get more muscle maturity. As you get older, you learn your muscle maturity start building in. That's something's good.
Okay. Great information, Lewis. Great information. So can we talk about, okay, so let me see. I don't want to miss any comments. Like, people, they are loving your information. And again, I say thank you again. I don't think I might have said this at the beginning. Everyone that's viewing, I want you all to know, my whole thing is sharing is caring. You may not always be able to share money, but you can share a great resource. And what a person does with it, they can either convert it to money, they can save money, or they can change their lives. So with my late night conversations, I want you all to stay safe. I want you to stay inside, stop running up and down the street on a Friday, Saturday night, and come and get some resources. And I said, what better person can I bring on to drop some great health tips for people who say, we don't want you to do resolutions? Because a lot of times, Lewis know this, people will say, well, I want to do all this. And then in 30 days, January 31st, they out before they even got started.
You know what? I know plenty of people who's, really overshape, obesity, all. I said, hey, you can still get on stage. I had a friend of mine who worked me about for a year and a half. He took about a year and a half before he got on stage. He had to lose like 150 pounds. I told him take it day by day. We get to that day, and he competed. He didn't place. Like 10 people on stage, he didn't place at all. But he didn't got a set. He came back another 5 months later, he placed like 5th. Came back another 2 months later, got 3rd. Now he's so sometimes you don't place when you first do a show. Sometimes you may not place at all. But you got to stay at it.
You got to stay.
You just got to be consistent with it.
So over all these many years, you said that you had to work on your posing. And can you kind of talk about the posing? Because some people may not understand, the different, face, or, the terms. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, your posing is what you're getting judged on. You got different mandatory poses you make. The judge may call for a different pose, and you may not have that different. You may not have the same muscle as other guy got. So, you got to fight right to your weakness. You got to find your strength against their weakness. So whatever you got weak, you got to work on that, because they're going to make you make the mandatory pose. You make your quarter turns. You're going to show your back. You can show your lats. You can show your arms, show your legs. You want to make sure you be complete from bottom to top in bodybuilding. Now, physique is a little different, and class physique a little different. Then you got bikinis, ladies, and you got a classic physique. They're a little different, but they all got a main thing about it is diet. Everything is about 75-80% is diet. It's all diet. You can work out all day long. You don't change your diet, ain't gonna do you no good. So diet is the whole key to everything. I don't care what you do. You can work out all day long, but if you don't change that diet, you're not gonna get the results.
Thank you, Lewis, for going into that, because I wanted you to talk about how diet plays. You said 75 to 80% is the diet.
Yes, your diet is the most important part. You got your posing routine, your workout, but the diet is the key. You don't change the diet and put in your water. I tell people, drink that water. That's the most important thing. Drink water. I don't care, a gallon or whatever, drink your water, not sodas and juice, water.
Right.
That's all. Exactly. That's all I drink, water. I drink water like a gallon every day, just normal, just normal routine.
Exactly. So, okay, so Lewis, we know, you and I know, most people that are on here, most people that I know, they are not getting ready. Maybe it is a goal. Maybe it's on their vision board. It's one of my goals is to finally hit the stage, the master's division. So I want you to talk about divisions, but before you talk about divisions, for the people that just say, you know what, I just want to take my health to a different level. They're no longer an athlete. Maybe they never was an athlete. They don't really have much muscle mass. What would be the greatest tips that you would give someone? They just been like,
Yeah. Now, everybody don't want to compete. People just want to work out for your health, just to feel better. Just no matter what, change your diet up, especially if you're not especially if you got bad health. That's the best medicine to take is exercise, eating right, take care of your body.
You say that one more time. You said it's the best what? I heard what you said. Say it one more time. It's the best.
It's the best medicine. It's the best medicine. Take care of your body. That way you ain't gotta go to the doctor, get the drugs and medicine. Take care of what you can take. Control what you control.
Okay. Let me make sure, because I know people hearing it. I'm gonna put it in the comment line. It's the best medicine for your health. And it actually is preventive medicine. It's preventive activity. So since we're talking about it's the best medicine for your health, when you think of people who take care of their health, ladies and men, what percentage you find, because you probably come in contact with a lot more people, what percentage have to go to the doctor less versus people that you know don't do it, that are sedentary, that don't do any type of exercise or
I
eat
know
right?
I see more ladies taking care of themselves more than men's. You go in the gym, you see 65, 7% more women's in the gym taking care of themselves than men's. I think women's more concerned about the body than men's are these days. Used to be the men's. In the late 80s and 90s, now you see more women's in the gym. That's why you find shows, most shows have women closing. Women's are what draw a lot of crowds to shows because most people come to see the women's because women's just, it just look amazing how a woman changes her body.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I tell people, I say, you can look the same way this woman look. It's nothing, no magic pill. Just put the work in.
No magic pill.
No magic pill.
Right. It's consistency. So what I know that I've always liked, now let me go back because people may say, well, how did she even come about, having this bodybuilder on here? So I like individuals to know that when my grandmother passed away in 2002, like I was always into some form of exercise. When my grandmother passed away in 2002, was a point that I was grieving her death really heavily. So that took me to the gym. So for me, the gym is my true sanctuary as far as a relief. So when people say, well, you work out by yourself, it's because when I was at the lowest point, I would have to say in my life, the gym was the place that I just felt it allowed me. Some people hate going to the gym, but for me, it was like I created discipline for one. I created next level discipline. It allowed me to get in alignment with my own personal thoughts. It didn't require anything. It was me. And over time, my body changed due to the consistency and the discipline. But it allowed me to take myself to another level. So can you speak on that, Lewis, how outside of the physique, because everybody think, oh, your body, it's not just about your body. Can you talk about that?
It's what's inside. Inside is the most important part. You can look great outside. I mean, a lot of people look great outside your body, but if you ain't taking care of the inside, it's no good. That's like you got a car. You got a Corvette with a Pinto engine in it. You got to take care of the inside. The inside was important. I mean, everybody ain't gonna be toned and tight, but you still can be in great shape. You ain't gotta look like a bodybuilder or fitness girl. You can still be in great shape without having that whole look. That's just a little bit the extreme. We take it to the extreme. Everybody got to look. I mean, you ain't got to go to the gym to do it. You can do stuff around the house. You can walk. I mean, you go to track. You don't have to go to the gym. A lot of people don't like going to the gym, especially with COVID right now. Right. So you can do little things in the house, put your workout video or go on YouTube. It's always something to motivate you to keep you working out.
Exactly. So can you talk about, I've seen the sword. Can you talk about the photo that we see of you? Can you share, what that photo represent? Where was that when?
That photo's like from a natural show I done that was from like 10 years ago at the I think it's Carolina Theater show I done. That was a INBF show, which is not around, from Damien. Damien had the show right here. Damien Fisher.
Okay.
Great show. And a lot of bodybuilding, a lot of stuff I do natural to give you a polygraph test and drug test you. Try to make sure everybody's even as possible. But but I like NPC. I like any kind of show. I don't care if each and every on what you do is what you do, but each and every on it's beautiful.
Okay, so
all bodies are beautiful.
Now we know that there are a lot of different shows, and before someone, there's a thing that some people don't know that's not into bodybuilding and figure and fitness and all that. Can you explain what a pro card is? Because the pro card is like your heart will jump out once you get your pro card.
Yeah, well, a lot of people who get it, especially when you're first time competing, there's a category called novice for novice people. So you don't have to compete with the other people who've been doing it for a while. You can compete in the novice stage first until you get yourself ready, until you feel it, get yourself stage ready. But the pro card is when you compete. Like I got my pro card in master, over 40, and I got 50, because I'm 55 years old. I got my pro card in over 40 category, over 40, master, called the master. Get your pro card, you win the show, you win overall out the master, out the 40s and 50s overall, you get your pro card. In OPC, different shows are different, but basically all of them the same. And the OCB is like the biggest. They got OCB, INBF. They got so many natural shows out there. And even in IFBB and NBC, they basically the same thing. You can get the master, you can get a pro card in masters. Different categories. And like I and the NPC is like got weight class. See, and OCB don't have a weight class. They go
Okay.
by the height.
The height.
So
Okay.
like a lot of other shows like SMBF, they got weight class like 150 to 160, maybe lightweight, 180. They got different weight classes.
So, are you familiar with David Lieberman?
I might have heard that name before.
Okay, okay. He's out of Ohio. He's kind of huge, but I forget. I don't know if he does NPC. I forget which ones he do, but he's pretty Lakewood, Ohio, kind of big in that area. So, okay. So you talked about the different weight classes. Master's division is, when you hit a certain age and over, you got the novice, you have the height, then you got the weight classes and everything. So can you share? You had told me it was a show, it might have been multiple, but I know one show where you actually competed with younger guys, and you won or either placed. Can you talk about that?
That's the open show. That's open show. Open show is when we call open show is like the top of the line. That's when you got the top of the top guy and the young guys in it, like the 20, 25-year-old. I did a show in South Carolina about 2 years ago. I didn't win my master class, which I was kind of upset. And I didn't win the 50 and over, but I won the young class with the young cats. And that made me feel so proud beating the young guys, 24, 25.
Right.
And so that made me feel that's like a highlight in my life right there.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Can you give them, okay, so I know before the shows, it's a lot of preparation. Even before you get on stage, we talk about veiny because everything is about detail. Striations, you want everything to pop, you want everything when you turn, you want everything to show. Can you talk about the things that bodybuilders and fitness and figure competition physique competitors do to make sure they highlight every you know what I'm trying to say, every asset that they have?
Yeah, because when you start getting ready for show, I had to get up early in the morning. I had to be to work 6 o'clock. Sometimes I had to get up like 4 o'clock, do my cardio, do a little weightlifting, then go home, take my shower and go to work. Then when I get off work, I go do my workout again and do cardio. I do cardio twice a day when I'm doing for show. That's the main thing. Take my supplements. Take a few supplements, like CLA or fat burners, cause when you're natural, you can't take too many different things when you're doing natural shows. And so it's got a little tricks or trades I can take to help me leave leaner, even silly things like wrapping your stomach with a rental with saran wrap, your legs and all, preparation H, icy hot, different things put on your body, get body fat off certain areas, especially men. Some women's like your ab work. It's sometimes hard to get body fat off your abs. So I learned to put a little preparation H on your abs or icy hot. Well, icy hot works pretty good. And wrap separate, saran wrap, sleep with it at nighttime. All those things we do at nighttime, people just don't know about.
Right.
Then when you get on stage, they spray your tan on you. Then they spray you with this PAM, like some kind of call it PAM, spray your body so when you hit the lights, you be shining. So all the flaws you got, they're gonna show so the judge can see them.
All right, so I know those lights are very warm. It's very hot, and not only that, if a person has a bad tan, and when them light, being a spectator, because I've been a spectator at many shows, and when that light hit, and you just see that they got back. Can you talk about the tanning and the different options when it comes to, because you want to highlight your skin with bronzers and things like that?
Yeah, cause bronzers and stuff to do and stuff called got a lot of stuff to put on your body. Some people do their own tanning. I go to tanning bed. People ask, how do a black person go to tanning? I go to tanning bed to get the water off my skin, get my skin thin. I may go for like last 4 or 5 weeks, I go to tanning bed to get my skin real thin, get the water off my skin, cause you want to get water off on your skin, cause a whole lot of water, cause that's the main key. You want your muscles to show your definition, your tone. In the natural show, they want to see how lean you are. People call it dry, when you look real dry. Then you got tricks how you fill yourself up, how you carb up at nighttime. Cause for like a show, I got a show on Saturday. Friday night, I'm carving up. I'm eating all my carbs, trying to fill myself back out after depleting myself for like 7, 8 weeks.
Okay.
It's little tricks to see once you get into it.
So Lewis, when you talk about carbs, I want you to share a few, because we're not talking about going to get M&Ms and potato chips. Talk about the type of.
It's a difference between carbs, not the simple carbs. I'm talking about the complex, more complex carbs, not your sugar, your juices and sodas. When you're doing a show, stay away from the sugar and sweets when you're doing a show. That's the key right there. And your bread and the flour stuff, like bread and stuff for me tax me back, especially white bread. So I learned my lesson by eating different stuff, cause I did a show like 12 years ago. I ate like, it's like a week before my show, I ate like a couple of salty peanuts and just put so much water and just fill me up with water. It took me like 3 or 4 days to get the water off of me. So you got to know your body, really get done.
So Lewis, after your show, because I know you have been depleting different things and you've been very strict. After your shows, what are some of the first meals that you have that now that you can enjoy?
Steak, hamburgers,
Okay.
pizza. I just eat like whatever I crave, cookies, cake, anything I can put my hands on. I'm ready to eat it.
All right, so you're ready to eat, but how long, because I know how serious you are, how long will you do that? Because I know you.
Sometimes, I mean, years I have dinner for a whole week at time, but lately, a couple of years, I've been eating that whole day. Then after that, I don't feel like eating that stuff.
Okay.
And I like that look, that lean look. I like it for the last while, cause I like that look to last for a long time. But
Got you.
lately, I've been going like a day or two and eating that. But sometime after a show, I may lose like 35 pounds, but in a week or so, I may gain 13 or 14 pounds back because of eating that stuff. You know, that's how fast it come back on you because the water is sodium, especially sodium. It comes right back on you like that.
So when you haven't really eaten like that, and then you go back into eating all those different things, how does it make you feel? Because I know, I haven't been on stage, but I know when I'm cheating and I know better, and my body, I feel miserable when I do that. How does it make you feel?
At times I feel terrible, but sometimes I love it so much I can't stop.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Well, at least you're honest. So, like I said, a lot of individuals are not necessarily ready to hit the stage, but they definitely want to get in. You have different people coming, and they definitely want to just change the way they look, just get better health, because 2020 has been hard on people all around the country, everywhere. And so if you know better, you're supposed to do better. You're not supposed to continue to do the same thing and just go get prescriptions. You need to take your own health in your own hands. So for 20-year-olds, because different age groups, our body does different things. So what advice can you give at these different ages? 20, 30, 40, and 50. Because everybody's body is different.
20, you can get away by doing anything in your 20s. You can eat donuts all day long. You can get away with a lot of things in your 20s.
Okay.
But the way these kids are these days, they're not like kids back in my days. And it's a lot different. Kids these days, a lot of them are obese, overweight. So it's a lot different these days. But food ain't like it used to be. So the ingredients in food is not the same. Everything's completely different these days.
So why do you think, because I want you to talk about 30, once you hit 30, 40, and 50, what do you notice? Because I know you pay attention to what you eat, what you cook. What do you notice about the food, the different types of ingredients, that some people, the average person, don't even know?
Read your labels. Sometimes read your label. Anything you eat, read your label. Read it. Read your label. Go on the internet, research if you have to. But I notice as I get older, my muscles start looking better. People think as you get older, you lose a muscle. But if you're working out, you get more. Actually, I get more muscle than I ever had in my life, even when I was in my 35. I'm heavier. I'm much more muscle mass. I got more muscle density than I ever had in my life. And even at 55. And my strength haven't even went down. My strength is still going up the roof still.
So when do you think that, well, let me go back to read the label. What is like 3 tips that people should definitely stay away from on labels? I don't care what food, but whatever give them 3 tips on 3 things they should definitely stay away from.
Sugar. Watch your sodium intake and fat content. Different is very important.
Okay. Sodium, fat intake, and sugar. Okay, so where should the levels be? What is a bad level for sugar? What's a bad level for fat and sodium?
Well, sugar is different. Going to go different people's bodies. It's going to go with different people's bodies. A lot of people I can eat sweets all day, but it don't bother me in the back. I made a whole pack of cookies. It may not bother me, but somebody else, everybody's body's different. Which I don't like eating sweets anyway, but I can eat a whole pack of cookies I tell you what I did. 3 years ago, I did a show and I didn't place well. I placed like 3rd and I thought I should have got 1st. And I went out to Krispy Kreme across the street for the night show and ate 5 donuts. Actually, that donut just made me fill me up. Sometimes sugar worked great on you. Like, this fill me up. I got on stage, looked great. But some people, you got to know your body. Everybody's body is different. You got to experiment. Because I made a lot of mistakes doing shows and stuff, eating the wrong things. So as you get older, you learn.
Okay. So since we talking about Krispy Kreme, you said Krispy Kreme, right?
Yeah, I think I'm having one right now.
Right. So I used, I stopped because I'm on, I've been disciplined for a minute, but it's been points and times. I love their and I think it's a seasonal thing. Their cake batter donut has like cake batter on the inside. And I can't just have one. I typically want two. But after I have the donut, I have that sugar rush, I feel so
Feel
guilty. I
good.
feel,
Guilty, yeah.
you know
Yes,
what I
feel
mean?
guilty. You feel guilty, but that's good. You got that feeling back in your head to feel like, because most people don't think like that. You got something telling you this ain't right. I make too many donuts. This is not right. I feel bad.
Exactly. That's exactly what it does. So sugar for me, like how you said it worked for you and you were full on stage. For people that are not going on stage, what would you say about their sugar intake and they're not as active as someone like yourself?
Now, if you're gonna eat sugar, I feel if you're gonna eat any kind of sugar, eat it early in the daytime when you're active. If you're working, if we nighttime you're home, leave that sugar alone. Leave it alone, because that's gonna stick on you. Because that's the only time your body's growing when you sleep at nighttime. That's the only time you're growing and when you're healing when you're sleeping. You eat
Right.
some
So
donuts late at night and go to sleep, it's gonna stick on you.
what time are we talking, Lewis? Because nighttime to you and I might be different for somebody else.
Just before you go to bed. If you eat something like a couple hours before you go to bed, like 2 or 3 hours before you go to bed, you ain't gonna be able to burn out sitting on the chair. Eat it while you while you acting, while you working, are you moving, are you it's gonna you can your metabolism is still burning then. You wait, go to bed at nighttime, your metabolism is gonna slow down. That's when that donut's gonna stick on you.
Okay, so for the average person who may go to work, they get off of work 5, 6 o'clock, and they come home and they're sitting. What would you tell them when they should be stopping doing certain things that they know they shouldn't be doing?
Once you come home, leave that sweets alone.
Okay.
Unless you have one cheat day. I say me, I have one cheat day a weekend. Sometimes I don't have it, I don't even eat a cheat day, but when you're not active, don't eat that stuff, because you don't have to crave that stuff, eat that stuff. And
What's an alternative?
they got alternative healthy stuff. They got healthy stuff out there you can eat now. I mean, a lot of cookies out there healthy. You can buy cookies from the store, and protein bars taste just like cookies.
Okay. Okay.
You even got healthy donuts out there. I haven't found one, but I heard they had some out there.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. Thank you. So for the sugar, they need to stay away from the sugar. If you're sedentary, after when you get home, leave the donuts alone, leave the sweets alone.
Yes, cause I mean, everybody gonna get you a little sweets. You're gonna get you a little special. I know ladies love sweets. I mean, especially certain time, you love sweet because it really helps them out. And chocolate ain't bad for you. But if you eat
Okay.
chocolate, laying in bed, eating chocolate and donuts and stuff in bed, think about what's gonna do. You're not acting. I mean, think about it.
Right. Right. All right. So with the sodium, what's like bad levels with sodium? Can you share that?
My sodium intake, I don't use sea salt all my food or Himalaya salt, but most time I don't use regular salt, but I gotta have salt in my diet because I cramp up. I don't. If you sweat a
Okay.
lot in the gym, you gotta have sodium. And I just don't really keep tab on my sodium and salt until showtime. That's why I start cutting my sodium back, because I don't eat a lot of sodium anyway. But no, everybody's different with sodium, and I wouldn't know what everybody's sodium intake was, but cut back on sodium. You tell how much when you hold a lot of water, sodium uses what's holding that water in. I mean, that's one way to cut my water out, cut the sodium out. I mean, especially if you're not active. I mean, an active person sweat a lot, you sweat and salt, so you need sodium back in your body, but not so much sodium.
So what's an alternative? Because I know that I don't have it now, but Mrs. Dash I've used. What are some
That's
of the
good.
other?
That's good. Mrs. Dash good. I knew season I knew season got no sodium. It got like 12 different herbs and spices, but no sodium in it. It's all natural. That's why I
Okay.
season my food with year round. I do even showtime. I use the same season.
Okay, got you, got you. Okay, and so we have sodium. Okay, the fat.
Hmm.
What type of fat? What type of oils? Because I know
I
you
use
talk
coconut. I use coconut oil all the time. I cook
coconut.
with it. I wash my hair with it. I use coconut oil for everything.
Okay,
I ain't fry some of my food in coconut oil. And my best thing I turned on to is air fry. I air fry basically air fry all my food now. Man, that is it's so
right.
wonderful.
Exactly, because the air fryer removes, because if you put any oil, it's at the bottom and it's really not even touching the food, but I guess the air circulates the oil.
Exactly. I spray Pam on my food. I spray a little Pam on it. Air fry don't let nothing get dry. Keeps it moist. Even steaks. I mean, air fry does wonders.
All right. So food, can you give some? quick little tips on, you know, the type of proteins, different types of protein that a person can do? Because I know everybody doesn't do beef, everybody doesn't do pork, but what's your highest content of protein in certain types of meat?
I'm a steak eater. I don't eat pork. I know. I'm a steak eater. Steak and chicken, but steak, I can eat steak all day long.
Okay.
And I like chicken, but lately I've been eating chicken breast for the last couple of years. I kind of burnt out on it. And so I may buy me a rotisserie chicken, something like that. But chicken breast, I have burnt out on chicken breast. I'm eating it for years and years. Everybody works like the same thing over and over year. Chicken breast kind of burnt me out a little bit. So I left chicken breast off. I made some lamb chops or turkey breast, but different things I try. I try to get a certain amount of protein in my body every day.
Okay, I was getting ready to ask you, where should the average person, if a person is trying to put lean muscle mass and burn fat, where should their protein levels be? Because I know for me, I'm not at a point where I cannot actually chew equivalent to my weight.
Drink your protein shake. Add your protein in. I mean, everybody's gonna be different because everybody's body's depending on your body weight is protein. I'm trying to add a little lean muscle on, so I try to get a gram of protein per body weight for me. Some people get 1.5 grams. I used to get 2 grams back in the day, but now I don't need 2 grams. I need to get a gram or 3/4 of a gram. Maybe right now I'm like 205 pounds. I may get 190 grams, sometimes 210 grams. Some days I got a high day of protein, some day I got a low because of my job. Because my job, I do a lot of work on my job. So certain days I gotta eat certain food. Some days I gotta have a high carb day. Especially I got like a leg day coming. I gotta eat a lot of carbs that day because it takes so much energy to do my leg day. I mean, it just drains me.
Okay, so hold that thought. We have a question. Danette Hall, she's actually one of my new business partners. So Danette, thank you for being on. She said, what about the Himalayan salt, which you just talked about? So can you break down why you like it? What are the benefits to it?
It don't have much iodine in it, and its taste is great. It don't hold much water in your sodium intake. It don't hold much water. Like sodium, it doesn't hold much, but it tastes so good. It's a little more expensive, but it's worth it. But another thing I like is sea salt. It don't have that same taste to it, but I love sea salt. It don't hold that much water. Don't have you being bloated. Because certain salt have me blow like Martin salt, whatever, have me bloat. I mean, I hold so much water in certain salt. I learned that for years. Salt carries a lot of water in me. Everybody's body's different.
So with the Himalayan salt and the sea salt, because of the quality of it, do you need less? Do you use less?
I use about the same amount as regular salt, just less. I mean, it's just not the same ingredients in it. It's a little different. It don't affect my body as some of the other salt does.
Okay. Do you use it in your food or do you put it on top of your food?
I put it in my food like I'm cooking my steak, chicken, whatever. I season my food with it, along with my natural ingredients I use. A Mrs. Dash. Now, like my chicken, sometimes I use stuff called kicking chickens. Kicking chicken? That's great for seasoning, especially using the air fryer. Because I got having some wings on the weekend, something like that.
Okay. So let's go back to the protein. So, Louis, are you saying that typically you try to do about 200 grams of protein?
I try to use like 1 gram a day, but most of my protein comes from my food. And I may use a shake like right after the gym, or use one in the morning. But once I'm wake up in the morning for fasting all night, I may throw a shake in my body. But I eat my oatmeal early in the morning. That's my first meal: my oatmeal, pineapple, and that's my first meal in the morning every morning.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So we talked about the protein. Let's talk about complex carbs, because some people don't understand there is a difference between simple carbs and complex carbs. And can you give them some example of better choices?
Okay. Complex carbs more like sweet potatoes, white potatoes, bread, like simple carbs like sugars, sodas, bread. I mean, certain kind of bread like donuts. A lot of that's simple carbs, which something burns real fast and quick. Complex carbs gonna burn a little slower, and it's not gonna get such an insulin spike.
Okay. When it comes to different green leaf vegetables, different vegetables, what are some of the things that you take or do?
Spinach is my favorite. They say the green of the leaf, the green of the vegetable, for more nutrition it's supposed to be. But I eat spinach every day. Spinach, kale, I eat it every day.
Okay. Now, how do you make it?
I just use my salad. Put a little vinaigrette dressing on it, or I just put a little something light dressing on it. I'll tell you something. When making salad, try to stay away from the Thousand Island, French dressing. A lot of stuff, tons of fat in it. I tell
All
people
right.
that's you eat it, it just sticks to your belly.
You said stay away from Thousand Island. What was the other one?
Thousand Island French dress. I know a lot of people love that stuff. It's just
What
like
alternative? What alternative do they have?
uh, Italian. Anything's clear and thin.
Okay, clear and thin. You all stay away from these creamy. Stay away from the creamy dressing.
And mayonnaise. I know people love mayonnaise, but mayonnaise is like a magnet to your belly. It sticks to your belly. Mayonnaise.
Okay, so Lewis, every time we say what to stay away from, a lot of times people don't know alternatives. So if they stay in the way, what's an alternative?
I don't know. I ain't had no mayonnaise in no 35 years.
You just say to stay away. Okay.
I grew up with it. I never like it.
Okay, got you. Okay, so Danette asks, she wants to know, I love oatmeal. What about the oatmeal with raisins?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for the energy boost in the morning. First thing in the morning, that's good for energy.
Okay, okay.
Or steel cut oats.
Say it one more time, because
Steel cut oats.
Okay, right. Okay. So would you recommend, you know how there's oatmeal in the box, the instance, or what do you recommend a person choose?
I prefer Quaker oats in the box. Not the instant oatmeal. Instant oatmeal is good, it's a start, but old oatmeal, you put in a little cup and boil your water. That's the best oatmeal. That's real old-fashioned oatmeal. Old-fashioned oatmeal, what I prefer, you know. That's why they old-fashioned oatmeal. But regular oatmeal, somebody ain't got time, something to start. That's a good start, instant oatmeal. I have started on that stuff. The cinnamon raisin oatmeal, different flavor. I have started on that stuff. Stuff good to start with.
Okay, okay. All right, so, you know, a lot of times people say, well, you know, I'm doing my fruits. But we know that all fruits are not good for you to do. So can you talk about good fruits versus what fruits have too much sugar in them?
I mean, all fruits got sugar in them. It's natural sugar, depending on how much sugar you need. I mean, especially in the early daytime, you can get away with a lot of fruit. Me, I don't eat a lot of fruit. Bananas and apples, I eat a banana apple every day just before I work out. But if you're trying to lose weight, you got to limit your fruit. You can't just eat a fruit diet because there's a bunch of carbs and sugar in it. Right. Especially at nighttime. Try to cut off this fruit at nighttime. Eating daytime earlier instead of eating at nighttime, because that's a sugar. And you're not burning off, it's going to stick to you most of the time. But it's better than a simple sugar.
Okay, so when we talk about the sugars and everything just sitting in our gut, when we talk about it sitting in our gut, how does it turn to fat? You break that down for people and they don't like, well, I don't really understand, you know, how all of this is converting over to fat.
That's what it's going to turn on. I mean, your body's not burning it. It's going to stick to fat. It's your body. When a person, you can eat all the sugar, you can eat all the fruits you want, but if your metabolism burning, it's not really matter if your metabolism is burning, but your metabolism is slow, that stuff's going to stick to you. Now, me, I can eat that stuff on a regular bottom me, but if your metabolism is slow, you just start not trying to lose weight, you want to start limiting those kind of stuff. Start limiting, start easing off of it until you see your body change. You'll know when your body changing. Don't go by that scale. Go by how you look. That's the best thing. Go by how you look. The scale can have you weighing 150 and you look like you lost 10 pounds of inches, because inches is more important than how scale look.
Say that one more time. Well, let me say this, Lewis. So, okay, so let me let you all know. Some of my business partners know. Thank you, Tahira, for being here. Danette, you know, these are my actual team members being here. Shay, Tahira said, wow, great information. So we have a rapid drop. Well, you know this, Lewis. We have a rapid drop challenge that I committed to for January for 30 days. But I said, I need some next level tips. I was like, yes, this is going to be great. I reached out to him. Yes, I did. When I told you all, I reached out to somebody. I reached out to Mr. Lewis Gregg. As I said, I need some professional tips. And that's what he gave me. So what were you, go ahead and say what you were about to say, Lewis, because, oh, I know. I was going to say, you all, I have dropped more inches and I can see it in my clothes, but because I've refereed for over 16 years, I naturally have, my body have muscle memory. Lewis noticed. And so I have a lot of muscle. I also, because I kind of got out of control, I have body fat. I'm trying to lean out. But the scale I haven't dropped 10 pounds in this last week. I've dropped probably 3 pounds. I've dropped more inches. So go ahead and say what you were about to say, Lewis, about that.
I can say inches. Sometimes you can't pay attention to the scale when you're losing weight. You got to look at your body and see the inch. You see inches coming off, that's great. because sometimes the scale may say you weighing 150. Actually, your body fat went down. Because that's the key. If your body fat go down, you're in the right, you taking the right road right there. Because you can lose like 5 pounds this week and lose 2 pounds next week. But you see your body fat changing, that's the key. You see your body fat changing, and you see your body changing. You can look in the mirror and see yourself. You know when you change. So the
Okay,
scale
so
can lie to you, the Ray.
right.
The scale can lie to you. Don't depend on that scale. You can lose a lot. You can lose 20 pounds, but you might have lost a lot of your muscle.
And you know what? In the scale, especially for people who never really worked out and they're trying and maybe their mindset isn't there, they get discouraged and they quit. People will quit because they're like, man, I ain't really losing no weight. You know, they're not seeing it. Go ahead, Lewis. What were you gonna say?
Get your tape measure. Measure your waist, your legs, your thigh when you're losing weight. You see inches coming off. That's more important. You see them inches coming off, you're on the right path. That weight will come off gradually, but you see your body change, especially when you work, especially you start working out. You see your body making a different change, whole complete different look. So the scale gonna lie to you a little bit. So just trust me, the scale can lie to you.
Yep, the scale will have you so, like, oh, this isn't working, and you'll quit. So one thing, like, I never really tell, I know you're right about the tape measure, but one thing that I've told many people is go find something in your closet that you know how you say, oh, I'm gonna get back into that again. And you haven't been able to. Go find something that you really like in your closet that you haven't been able to wear it in 10 years. And if you can't zip it all the way, if it's a dress, ladies, and a dress that zip up in the back, maybe you can't pull the zipper all the way up, but now it'll move up a little further.
My thing is when I want to lose weight, when I'm serious about losing weight, I do my fast cardio in the morning. I tell people that. Do your cardio in the morning on an empty stomach, nothing in your stomach. That's the best way for me to burn my body fat. A lot of people try it. People try do it on an empty stomach early in the morning. Do your cardio, nothing in your stomach, just plenty of water. Take your supplements, fat burn or whatever. That's the best way to burn fat, because your body ain't got no food in. Your body gonna burn that body fat for its energy. That's what you need. You want to take that body fat and burn it for energy.
So you all heard that. I hope everybody heard that, because that's the one tip that Lewis, well, he gave me multiple tips, but when he told me to get up in the morning, like, I don't say, if you say you're not a morning person, it's like you're not grateful to be alive. I like to say I rise a little slower in the morning. I'm a night person. So what I've been doing is in the morning, I get up, I go do my cardio on an empty stomach, because plus I don't even want anything on my stomach early in the morning. It's uncomfortable. And I know that has accelerated me dropping these inches, So I've done cardio early morning. The other advice that he had given me was, if you can try to do 2 a days. Maybe you can't go back to the gym. Maybe you don't even want to go to the gym. I have matter of fact, this is my late night cardio. You all, it's jump rope. If I'm not jumping early morning, I'm jumping late at night. So find something that's going to work for you, that you can actually do in the comfort of your home, to double up, see quicker results. So Lewis, I know you was talking to your grandkids. I was letting them know. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
You got a great thing. Jump rope, that is a great thing. How much is jump rope? $10, $15?
Man, and Lewis, that was the best investment other than my whistle, my referee whistle. This jump rope was a $10 Walmart investment.
Great thing to use. Jump rope is a great thing to use. Great thing to use. Everybody can jump rope. I don't care if you jump like I ain't off the ground. Jump rope is great. And people I heard a lot of people want to get abs. Abs is not from working out. Abs is your diet. You can do 1,000 sit-ups. You got to get that body fat low to see your abs. I know, like me, I got to get my body fat around 10% for my abs to even see them. So don't even worry about getting your abs. So get yourself lean. Your abs are different level, something different. But another thing I want to say is that I brought you, when I got your supplement last year, I know I ain't tried it until this year. When I told you about it, it works. Stuff you sell works. I want people to know that stuff you sell works. It worked so good to me for 1 week, I had to get off of it. I said, man, I'm losing weight too quick. I mean, the stuff worked too good for me. I told my daughter, she said, Daddy, you lost I lost 5 pounds. I didn't want it. I'm losing weight too quick. Let me get off this tea. This tea is too good. So that tea you got works. I told people that stuff works.
So Lewis, thank you so much for sharing that. So I let Lewis know, late night conversations, it's not about me talking about business. It's about bringing people on that have great information, great resources. And so before we got on, I let Lewis know that, this isn't scripted. I didn't tell him. I didn't even want to, I wasn't even going to talk about anything TLC. So he just brought that point out. Thank you, Lewis, for sharing that information.
Anytime, anytime.
And for him to say that, that's coming from somebody who is an expert on supplementation and nutrition and everything. So you can't, it's not like I could have presented something to him that's going to be whack, because he knows better. He knows what's the creme de la creme as far as what to put in his body. So thank you for sharing it. So let me say, you got so many comments, Louis. They are loving it. They said, thank you so much. Hera said, oh, I can't wait to get better. The rest of this weight is coming off. My sons are watching. Another business partner, she said she's gonna come back. Nicholas said the best, or to what you said, the best for best results, get done your cardio before breakfast.
Exactly.
And
that's something you say. I tell people that stuff works. I mean, man, I didn't know how good it worked till I tried. Like, man. So when I do my next show, that's what I'm drinking first thing in the morning. That's supplement and one big if I go to bed at nighttime, because that tea works like crazy.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. So I'm sorry, thank you, Lewis. And Nicholas said the tea. So I want to share this with Lewis doesn't know this. I don't think I told him this, but I had a business partner who is a professional boxer trainer. I may bring him on. And so he gave me a tip. And so he said, Patricia, he said, I bet you don't know something about the tea. And I was like, well, no, what's that? He trained MMA fighters as well as professional boxers as well as amateurs. He said, I actually give my boxers the instant tea. The instant tea, you just add water. He said, you know how the BC powder is? He said they take it straight. So this is for you from a bodybuilder standpoint. He said they put the tea powder in their mouth, swallow it, then they follow up with water. And he said when they need to drop weight by tomorrow, I was like, oh, so they do it concentrated. So I don't have them with me, but the instant packs, they come like, little instant teas. So Lewis, if you need to drop weight for the next show.
I've got a couple more people in my job. I can't wait to get some of that tea.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. So Donette said, my boyfriend and I started 2 days ago. We are in it to win it. I know that's right. Nicholas said, amazing information. He knows his game. Nicholas said, you know your game. So they loving your information.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so Lewis. Okay, so we talked about 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds. Some of the viewers that's on right now, I know they all over 30.
All right, I'm doing it.
Right. So we're going to keep going. So now for our 40-year-olds, bodies start to change. Actually, when people 35 going to 40, they be like, oh, well, matter of fact, my daughter, she's 28. And so yesterday we were talking and she texted me and she said, well, Mom, what you do today? I said, well, I went to the gym. I said, I'm consistent. I'm daily. She's a ex-basketball player, like 6 feet tall. She much taller than me. She said, Mom, I'm starting to see, she said, LOL, I'm getting older. This is a 28-year-old, but right. She's saying that because she's not working out on a regular basis. She said, even though she's into fitness, I could feel the difference. So let's get past the 30-year-olds. When do people start noticing, past 30, now they're hitting 40, their body's starting to change, everything's slowing down. Can you talk about that?
I mean, once everybody say you hit a certain age, your body slow. As you get older, your body gonna slow down. Your metabolism slow down. But one thing I know, what revs your metabolism up is working out. It revs your metabolism up. Like when I got a physical last year, the doctor told me my metabolism like I'm 26 years old. My metabolism is still burning like that. And I'm 55 years old. So working out, I mean, resistance training, any kind of resistance training helps speed your metabolism up. Because more leaner muscle mass you got, the more your metabolism is gonna burn. I mean, older you get, you want to start working out a little bit. People say they get old when they don't work out, but now you get old when you don't work out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, so you've been pretty consistent, but when do you find, like most of your clients, people you've helped, when do you find that they start saying, because I would say that, but I realize it's because I had less activity. I would say, well, my metabolism is dead. I got to dig it out every day. Well, it wasn't that. It's just that I slowed down my activity level. So when do you notice people start saying that their metabolism slow down?
When they get around 35, 40, it starts slowing down, especially if you're not active. And
Okay.
especially for like, I got a lot of male friends. They're like, man, my metabolism is slowing down. My libido is not quite actually. I said, man, you got to rev it up, man. Start working out so you can rev it up. You know,
Okay. So since you mentioned men, all right, no insult to you all men out there. Why do men typically start to get the beer belly once they go like 35 and 40?
because that metabolism is not burning there. No, men's carry more muscle than lady. And so
Okay.
that's where it hits us at right there. Not building that gut. And drinking beer helps, put its on too. But yeah,
Okay.
we gotta stay more active with it. Once you work out, say you worked out 20 years ago, you're gonna have a muscle memory. Your muscle can remember you. It can remember what you worked out years ago. It'll come back to you. It may take a little while, but just stay on the path, it'll come back. I don't care if you got butt 10 feet over your belly's 10 inches over, you can lose that.
Okay, so Louis, we call it the beer belly, but outside, because all men aren't drinking beer that have those bellies.
Yeah.
Why else are they having those bellies?
Cause no muscle down in your muscle, that lower ab is gone. So that's what the beer belly, you call the beer belly considering, cause typically men's habits can get a six pack, but you may not see that six pack, but every man got a muscle there. You still got abs, may not see it because of fat there. When that muscle ain't there, you're gonna have this fat. That's where it's gonna lay down. That's when it's sag at right there.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's switch to the women. So for women, we typically get, midriffs, in
Yeah.
the back.
And the thighs and the hips. Yes, women.
And
Yes.
talk about that. So where is that coming from? What can we do different?
Same thing men's do. You got to be more active. Change your diet up. As you get older, your metabolism is gonna slow. You can't eat the same thing you ate when you was 24, 25. If your metabolism slow down, you got to rev it back up.
Okay.
I tell people that you get yourself a little leaner, you can eat you can still eat the same stuff you ate when you was 20, but you got to get your body burning that body fat, because you may eat it back then, your metabolism burn it, but now your metabolism is slow, it's not going to quite burn it, and it's going to stick to you, and your habits are different. You're eating late at night more, people are married, got kids and all, you're slowing down. You still got to be active. Even when you got kids, you got to figure out something to do. I don't care if you push your kid around. It means you can't let that just lay back and get lazy.
Exactly.
I call it get lazy.
Okay, so Nicholas said, when we were talking about the bellies, because this late night conversations, Nicholas said, that's not sexy, LOL. Nicholas, you're right. Ain't nothing sexy about no beer belly. He said men with big bells, big bells. He laughed. Har said, oh, NRG, which is our energy pill. So, okay, so you talked about children. Now, when you started out, because I asked you who supports you, I know your daughters do. They love that they dad compete. They are very supportive. For me, people oftentimes say, Patricia, do you work out with anybody? I go to the gym with my children. It's a lifestyle for us.
Right.
We do it together. So what advice can you give people that don't necessarily, they said, well, my girlfriends, this person don't want to go. You said the children. How can you help advise people on incorporate, your fitness into your direct family?
Now, your kids gonna look at you. If you're not working out, you're gonna try to tell your kids, you gotta set the example for them. If you ain't working out and sitting behind, you want to it's gonna be hard. You gotta get up.
Hallelujah. Right. They're not gonna even like looking at you like how. So let me say this for any of my athletes, any of my parents who have children that are athletes. Longest ride home for athletes is after games, because the parent is scolding their child. They're telling them what they could have did on the court, what they could have did on the football field. The parent has never played a lick of sports, don't even look the part, and your child is not going to be disrespectful. They shouldn't be disrespectful. But in that child's mind, they're thinking, you don't do any type of activity.
Yes.
Now you want to give me all this advice about how I should have did something else. You couldn't come out here one moment and run up and down this court. I'm saying this from a parent, me being a parent who is active. My son listened to me. Listen to me because he know my mom's serious about what she do. Right. I'm not speaking from a mom sitting in the stand just talking. So go become more active with your children.
Just get
I
out,
love
do things,
that.
get out and do things with them. Go and walk in the park, go hiking, or go to some bounce, go to the thing, bounce a machine with them. Let's do something with them. Start easing in things with them. What you used to do when you was kids are not quite like, especially with this pandemic going on, kids not as active as we was when we was back in the days. Because we'd play all day long till our parents tell us to come in the house. Now
Right.
kids got the computers, tablets, they own the tablets all the time. Take the tablets away from them, say you got to get your exercise in a day. Get your exercise in a day.
Exactly.
My baby,
Exactly.
my baby just came home.
Uh,
My
what's your
daughter
oldest daughter or your younger daughter?
my baby girl, my baby right here. My
Okay,
baby girl,
so
I had to keep myself chicken. My baby girl, she's a diabetic, so she's been out since she's a baby. So I had to try to keep her on the right track, but she stay on the right track path anyway.
awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for because that's personal. Thank you for sharing with all of the viewers. Everybody's loving all your great information. Okay, so Lewis, we transition into the 40-year-olds. We talked about the 40-year-olds. Now let's talk about the 40 plus. You know, we fall into the 40 plus. So, and you are so next level. And what I love that you shared, you didn't hide the fact. You didn't say, well, I'm a bodybuilder, but you hid your age. You let everybody know I'm 55 years old. You know,
That's a
know why
blessing.
you say it proudly, because you
That's a
don't look
blessing.
like you 55.
That's a blessing.
It's a blessing. So for the people the women and the men, you drop some tips that are 50 plus, the ones who maybe used to be active, but now they're not. And then I want you to share for the people because you know, a lot of times when people hit 40, 50, they say, oh, well, that was back in the day. You know, I can't
Ain't
do
no such
that
thing.
now.
There ain't no such things back in the day.
No,
The day
it's
is the
not.
day. The day is the day. The back in the day is gone, but the day is the day. It can still be the same thing right now.
Exactly. Exactly. So Tahira said, yes, this pandemic is rough. Okay, so since she said this pandemic is rough, you know, I know she's not
Here's my
going to.
daughter. Here's my baby girl right here.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. Thank you for helping your dad get everything set up.
Of course.
He is dropping so much knowledge on here tonight.
I know.
So, Louis, so my friend and business partner Tahir, she said, yes, this pandemic is rough. So for individuals who are not going, you know, because I know you go to the gym, I go to the gym. Everybody is not trying to go to the gym.
You ain't gotta go to the gym. You gonna walk around your neighborhood. When the gym was closed, before I had my home gym fit up, I walk around my neighborhood. I go in my backyard, walk, jog. I just stay in the place. I got a treadmill. I mean, you can find treadmill online. People selling. You can find all the kind of equipment home doing your house. You ain't gotta go to the gym. I
Right.
got enough stuff here. I don't need to go to the gym at all.
You just like being in that environment.
Right.
Okay, got you. Okay, so for the 50-year-old Louis, so for the 50-year-old women,
Say that again, babe.
for the 50-year-old women that are sedentary, the women that's like, I'm good like this. They love me like this.
The cougars, I call it, yeah.
Yeah.
I love my cougars.
Okay, so talk about the cougars. Talk about the ones who say they, you know, because I will say this, and I have business partners on. We meet people that be like, honey, I love my fried chicken, and I'm not gonna be like you and be in no gym, you know. The people they are never planning on working out. What advice can you give them if they're not gonna go work out?
You can still eat your fried chicken, but cook it a little healthier. But you need to start doing a little something for your body. I mean, you only get one body. Take care of it.
That's true.
Take care of it. Because,
Okay.
I mean, your health is your wealth. I don't care how much money you got. You got bad health, it's no good. I got guys saying, man, I wish I took care of myself. I mean, because money can't buy your health. I mean, you can buy all kind of things, but take care of that.
Man, you are so right about that. Money cannot buy you health. And I know before Steve Jobs passed away, that was one thing that he talked about. You know, if he could do anything, you know, he was admired all around the world, you know, for his next level thinking, but his health, he couldn't buy his health back if he wanted to. He's not the only one. There's so many people, and we are not like, that's why I said, I used to say, oh, I'm not a morning person. And then I heard Steve Harvey say, don't ever say that, because you're saying you're ungrateful that you woke up. Many people didn't wake up next morning.
Exactly.
You know? I just say, well, I just rise a little slower than most, but I'm
That's it.
grateful.
Yeah, some people can't wake up early because some people work nighttime. I used to work third shift. I hated it. And I had to work out. It's hard for me to work out in the morning, but I've done it a lot of time. A lot of time I take a nap, wake up, go work out, then go to work. It was hard. Third shift messed my biological clock up, I'm telling you.
Okay.
But
Okay.
stick with it.
So do you believe that people should work out based off of what works for them? Because some people
Works for them. Works for them, depending on how they got family and kids and children. Works for as long as you get it in. Get it in when you can get it in. That's why I say get it in when you get it in. Morning, night, noon. Like a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they're like, how can you leave work and go straight to work out? I guess because if I go home, sit down, I ain't gonna work out. I leave right from work and go right to work out. That's the best way to do it while my metabolism is still burning. Go right to work. You go home, sit down an hour or two, then work out. Your metabolism got to get started back up again.
Okay.
That's hard,
Right. I know that that's true because that's kind of like if I go referee and we do like 2 games on, 1 game off, 2 games on, 1 off. It's like when you need the break, but when you're on your off game, when you it's time for you to get back on the court, you're like, oh my God.
Yes. You got to start up again. It's hard to start up. It's easy to keep going than to start up again.
Exactly. So it's like it's mental. You got to be like, okay, I just got to go do this and keep it going. Okay, so we talked about the ladies. So for the men that's 50 plus, that's sedentary, what advice can you give them? And the ones who are not sedentary, maybe the ones that used to be athletes or maybe they were in the military, give the 50-year-olds some advice.
As you get older, sometimes you're going to have a lot of injury. You got to work around your injuries sometimes.
Okay.
A lot of people got injuries, Carl. Work around it. You may have your knee hurting you today. You can train your upper body or something. If whatever hurting you, train another part of your body because you got different parts of your body you can train.
Okay, so since you mentioned that, Louis, great information. Thanks for sharing. Do you stretch? I
stretch. I stretch before I work out. After I work out, I stretch all day long. Sometimes I just find myself, people like, why do you stretch? I just like keep myself limber,
Do you find that stretching also elongates your muscle?
It helps your muscle fiber. It makes your muscle fiber more elastic,
Okay, awesome. That's great information. So I used to have a bad habit, and my oldest daughter, she told me, she checked me on it. I used to have a habit, I would go to the gym and have basketball games and just jump on the court. And she said, Mom, why are you doing that? She said, yeah. And so it wasn't until I had an extreme Charlie horse that I was in the midst of running, and it hit me, and I was like, oh my goodness. And so I'm trying to push the Charlie horse out. I couldn't stop, so I said, I gotta learn to do better and actually take the time to stretch. So stretch is
full of muscle. Stretch that muscle, pull it. Because once a muscle's not being used, it's going to get back tight. That's what a muscle does. Stretch it, loosen it out, get it prepared for what you're going to do.
All right, perfect. Okay, so you've given so much advice. So the next 30 days, because January is usually the kickoff of every year, people make all these resolutions.
Right.
Can you give everybody some realistic, I don't care, everybody's at different levels. Like Nicholas, I know he still has a bodybuilder physique. He might not be competing. I know certain people on here, they've never done any of that. But can you give just a base for everyone for the next 30 years so they can see progression in the direction they want to go in?
You said everybody got to sit there, New Year's resolution, what they want to do. Keep it going. Don't let it stop. Keep going. Live that. Don't wait every first year to set something up. Do it all 12 months. Do it 12 months. Work out whole year. Just work out rest of your life. Don't take time off unless you're hurt or sick. Work out rest of your life. Just make it a lifestyle. Just don't make it a little something, couple 2 or 3 months, get ready to go to the beach. Make it a lifestyle. People want to get ready to work out for the summertime. Work out for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Your body gonna be with you the rest of your life, so keep it up rest of your life.
Right. I like the way you said that. You said your body gonna be with you for the rest of your life. Right.
Until they stop making bodies, and we can buy bodies. I don't know.
Right. And even if it's a clone, it's not your body. That's the clone's body.
Might be a bad body. Might be a bad clone.
Exactly, a real bad. So Tahira said, awesome. Thanks for saying I never stretch. That's so funny. So I wasn't saying you didn't stretch, Tahira. I don't stretch. But that's what she said. So she said, keep going. Stay consistent. with your goals, let's see, what else? What else? How many shows have you competed in total?
Uh, Probably like 16, 17.
16. And how do you space out your shows?
2019, I did 3. I did one of them like back to back. Sometimes I knew they do it once a year, but 2019, I did 3 shows. Boy, it about wore me down.
Okay, so let me ask you, were you trying to get your pro card? Is that why you did 3?
I actually got my pro card at the second show that year, and I always want to do this other show. And like some shows I place in, and some shows I just want to win the whole thing. So it keeps me going. I say, well, let me do another show. I'm already, once you get yourself in shape for one show, sometimes you want to keep on doing show because you're already in shape. The more show you do, the tighter you get.
Got you. Okay, so let me ask you this, because let's see, Tahira said, I just like to dive in with my exercise. Well, Tahira, you got to stop that. You got to stop diving in. She said she liked to just dive in, so she needs to stretch too.
Okay.
She said, I'd like to dive. I'm the same, Tahira, but when I got that Charlie horse, I stopped. So Lewis, the trophy that is blinding us up front, the trophy right there in the front, that's just like, bam. Where did you get that? How did you win? Not where did you get it? Because it ain't like you went to the store and bought it. How did you win that? Where did you place? And what show was that?
This show right here was the North Atlantic. This show was in Greensboro. This is why I got my master. I got first place in master. This was show in 2013.
2013.
That was in Greensboro.
Okay. Okay. Was that your first place masters?
Yeah, that was masters from like a couple years ago.
Okay.
I got a bunch of trophies. I got a bunch of trophies I ain't even got up, and swords. I mean, you can't even see all the swords I got here. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff I got to put up on the wall.
I got you. Tahira said, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You got all these hearts. You see that? All these comments.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't mind helping anybody out anytime.
Well, thank you so much. Okay, so the one in the back that looked like Caesar, like we didn't went to Las Vegas, right behind you on your shoulder. Back there.
That comes from South Carolina. That comes from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay. All right. So what place was that?
This one here was this was second place in open.
Second place open?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So again, you guys, open is could be any age.
Yes, any age.
Height, yeah. So that's really cool, because he might have somebody extremely younger than him. So
yeah, I always had a young cat seen it.
Exactly. So Nicholas said, thank you, bruh. Same like me. Yes, Tahira, same like me. Okay, so you said how many shows, the difference, off-season, diet. All right. So I'm not going to keep you. I took a lot of your time, and I'm so grateful that you shared. What I want you to do is let everyone know, leave everyone with your best tips, whatever you want to share, and how can they get in touch with you? You know,
you can get in touch with me on my Facebook, on my Instagram. I go by Louis Gregg, LOUISGREGG.
Okay.
On my Instagram. I ain't got nothing real famous. I just got my name. I have my daughters on my picture with me. So you see my daughters on my Facebook page.
Okay, so I'm dropping it in here for them. And Louis, let me see. I'm gonna actually show them so they know where you are. This is actually Louis' page with his daughters. All right, you all see that. So if anybody want to know, don't click the wrong fitness person who can't give you no tips. Make sure you clicking the right person. And you said on Instagram, what are you under on Instagram, Louis?
Same name, nothing fancy, same name.
Okay, same name. Okay, perfect. And what tips do you want to leave? What advice you want to leave everybody with?
My tips with the ladies. I see my ladies, don't be afraid to sweat, ladies. You see ladies getting in the gym with their hair all nice. Don't be afraid to sweat. It ain't gonna hurt. I see some women get sweat, they want to stop. Keep going. Don't stop. Just keep sweating. Keep working out. And my men's, we got to stay at it, man. We got to stay at it.
Perfect. Okay, Louis, thank you for bringing up about the ladies, because what I want you to speak on, I've heard so many ladies over the years that say, I don't want to look like a man. Because you say, hit the weights. Weights, ladies, defines you. It shapes you real nice. Yeah. And women will say, I don't want to do no weights because I don't want to look like a guy. Can you break that? Now, I know what it is. Can you break it down to the ladies?
you're not training, you ain't training super heavy like a super freak. You're not powerlifting. You're not training heavy. Lifting weights going to get your shape, your muscle, your curve, what we mean called curves. That's what lifting weights going to do. It's going to shape you up. It's going to get your muscle toners. It's not going to handle like a man unless you take him some serious drugs and out there lifting crazy. You're not going to get like that. Those are like 5% of people who can get that way. Normal person ain't going to get like that. So you're not going to get like a man in the gym that's being a regular working out. You're not going to get like that unless you're a pro. You're not going to get like that.
Okay, so what I also know is supplementation, next level supplementation. We don't have enough testosterone in our body to create that look, and then lifting. So why do we say lift light but have more reps versus lifting heavy and bulking up? Can you break that down?
Yeah, lift gradually ease into the lift. Like lift something light, something just don't get your muscle feel. You ain't gotta lift super heavy. You're not gonna be able to lift heavy when you first start anyway. Once you start working out with weights, because weights is gonna help, weights is gonna get you what started. Weights is gonna be like 20-25%. Your diet's what's gonna change everything. I don't care how much weight you lift. If you don't change your diet, you're gonna look basically the same. You might even get bigger without changing the diet. So change the diet up first. Then weights is gonna shape your body and tone you. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Right. So before we move, because we have a question, can you tell the ladies some basic, if they do go to the gym or if they go get some, equipment for home, what are some of the basic exercises that they can do? Because I love doing shoulders. There's nothing nicer than seeing some nice shoulders. I do pull downs. I do lats. Name some different exercises that's going to get women right and it's not excessive.
You can do push-ups. You can do sit-ups by putting your feet up on the chair, doing sit-ups best you can. You ain't got to do a lot. You can get take some dumbbells. You just do simple stuff around the house. You can do chair. You can do squats in the chair. Get behind the chair, push it. You ain't got to do no fancy, use fancy equipment. But once you want to start getting fancy, I tell women always squat. Everybody want to have a tight little booty. Squats it's gonna keep that tight for you. And deadlift ain't gonna hurt a woman. Deadlift can keep you right. I mean, I'm saying lift like a man, but you ain't gonna look like a man.
Exactly.
Same exercise we do them too. I mean, y'all got the same muscle groups we have.
Okay, so Louis, let's go back. Late night conversation, you all. He said you all trying to have a little tight little booty. Stop going paying for it. Stop going to get the consultation. Go pay for one. Listen to these tips so you can create your own. And when you sit down, it's not going to be a pancake on one side and the other side going to be, all round. Let's talk about these squats a little more, Louis.
I mean, you can do squats with dumbbells. You ain't got to put no shoulder weights on your shoulder. You can do them with dumbbells. You can do them with 2-gallon jugs of water. Do squats at home. I mean, it's different thing to get that muscle. Your leg is the biggest muscle in your body. I mean, nothing like a nice toned set of legs on a woman. Nice nose, nice tight, That's every man like that, But you get it for yourself. It fits good. It looks good on a woman.
Thank you.
Everybody born with a booty. Everybody born with some kind of booty. I may want to make it bigger, but you can make it bigger.
Right. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so we're talking about the squats for, the lower part. What would you, most women are want to make sure their legs is right. And then they say my midsection, because as we hit, over 35, 40, you get that, men, we say get the beer belly, the women get that, that muffin top.
Yes.
What would be the greatest thing you could recommend for that? Getting that, that midsection in check.
I can tell you all the exercise you do in the world ain't gonna help you. You don't change your diet. All that government do diet. That's diet. You can do 1,000 push-ups, sit-ups, and it ain't gonna change. You might have a tighter ab up on that body fat, but in order to see it, you got to get it off of you.
Got you.
I mean, some people just can lose. Most people got a nice body, nice shape. All they do is get the body fat off them, and they'll see it.
Right.
Because same body you had when you young, it's still there. That same body you had when you was young, 20, 30, whatever, it's still there. It's got to get the fat off of it so it can show it.
Got you. Okay, so water intake. How much water? We talked about how much protein. How much water should people be getting in each day?
I'd say like, depending on how much you weigh, so like 150-pound person, I try to get in, at least, everybody say get in at least 8 cups of water. But if you're active, you want to get in at least 10 or 12, especially a woman. And the more water you drink, it ain't going to hurt you. It's not going to kill you. As you start drinking water, you start going up doses. You may just start off with 8 cups a day. Next day, try to go 9 till you get up to as much as you could. Drink a gallon if you have to, but more water you got is gonna flush everything out. I mean, I have drunk 3 gallons of water in one day. And I know that a
Wow.
woman can drink a lot more water than me. Because a woman holds more water than the guy does. I know ladies weigh 110 pounds, drink 3 gallons of water in a day. I'm like, how you drink that way? You weigh 110 pounds. They drink it like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you just
And
gotta
it's
train
just,
your body to do it. Just drink every day. You go up a glass more water. Walk on the jug, go up this cup, go up a cup every day until you get, 10 to 12 cups of water a day is great, especially unless you get more active, you want to add more water in.
got you.
But water is
Well,
what's
I
gonna
do.
speed your metabolism. That's what speed your metabolism. Water, the more water you drink, the more it's gonna speed your metabolism. It's like you boiling water on the stove and you melt. That's what's gonna melt the fat. The water gonna melt your fat from inside. That's what you need the water for.
Right.
The water is
Wow.
the water is the heat.
The water is the heat. So when
Water
you
is the
go
heat
to
gonna
the
melt
gym,
that fat.
you take your gallons of water to the gym with you. How do you do your water when you go work out?
Uh, Most time I carry a gallon of water with me to work every day. Most time before I get off work, my water is mostly gone. And when I get home, I try to shut my water down by 5:30. So, cause I'll be up all night going to the bathroom. Cause I have to get at work like 5 o'clock to be to work 6 sometimes. And so I don't drink much water after 5 or 6 o'clock. I may drink 8 ounces with my last meal, but I done got my gallon so plus water in. Unless I'm dieting for sure. I don't drink water too late at night because I don't like waking up. Cause I
Okay.
have problems sleeping.
Got you. Got you. Okay. So we got the water, we got the carbs. Everybody has loved the information that you have shared, Louis. When is going to be I know COVID-19, the pandemic has changed things, but when is the next show that you're planning on doing?
I may do the No Gear Classic. I think it's May the 22nd. I know I'm gonna do that show. I always try to do that show. That's a willpower show. I love that show in Greensboro. I may
Okay.
be my next show right there. I may do one before that. I don't know. I think I'm doing one in Arizona, but I'm gonna wait and see how things go with this COVID-19.
Okay. Okay. That's gonna be good. If you do Air AZ, one of my business partners live in Arizona, and I used to live in Arizona, so that would be really good if you do AZ. So from all your from the journey that you've had, what has been, I know the health benefits, health is your first wealth, your mindset, the discipline, support with your daughters, your family and everything. From the standpoint, because when you look better, people notice you. That's just natural. What have been some of the from a business standpoint or opportunities? That's a better say. What has been some of your opportunities? And I didn't even talk about you being a judge because I wanted you to speak on that as well. What has been some of your greatest opportunities from you transitioning your body and just, being next level has come your way over the years?
I just like somebody say, man, you must be workout. I love when people say, man, you look really, man, how old are you? They especially see with my daughter. They said, that's all that's my daughter. That's your boyfriend. That's my daddy. And they're like, that's your daddy. That kind of gets me a lot.
Yeah,
If you
that's
kind of look
good.
like young and I'm like, I say, okay, I said, well, I'm your boyfriend today, Janelle. That's my daughter.
Right. Got you. Okay. So you really haven't, you've pretty much everything you've done, it's just been from the standpoint, you love it, it's your passion. You didn't really get into it. And over the years, you didn't say, well, you know what, I'm going to monetize this. I'm going to, start making money off of how I've transitioned my body.
Well, I haven't really started doing a lot of that, but I just been helping people. Especially, I work with a place that got over 1,500 employees. So I'm always helping somebody to talk to somebody about it. Most time they don't listen, but they ask me, I'll give them information, advice. I love doing that. I love doing that more than anybody, helping people out. Somebody asks me something, I love getting the best advice I can give them. Especially young kids these days,
Okay.
I got a lot of family members who ask me questions about this and that, and the doctor tell them get this. I said, beat the doctor, take care of yourself. So you had to go to the doctor, keep your blood pressure down, start working out. I had my cousin stay on high blood pressure medicine. I said, man, lose about 50 pounds. He lost 50 pounds, went to the doctor, took him off high blood pressure medicine. I said, that's the best medicine.
Yeah. It's a direct correlation to him not needing medication is because he got his health in order.
Got his health in order.
Your levels, your numbers change.
Took the body fat off of him, got himself in order, start working out 2 or 3 days a week, got himself in better shape, and he felt a lot better. I mean, because once you feel better about yourself,
Exactly.
you're gonna act better. You're gonna feel better, It's all for the inside.
Most definitely. So, Louis, you said it tonight, and I know you said this when you were giving me the tips that you were giving me. I want everybody on here that has taken the time and you loved his information, share it. When someone gives you great information, give you great tips, and you know they are the best of the best in what they do, stop asking for information if you're not going to apply it. No, that's another conversation.
Right.
It's an insult, because the one thing Louis said to me was, because at his job, there are some women who, and I'm gonna say women because it's guys too, but there are some women who will take his nuggets, his next level training tips, they apply it and they change their whole look.
Change the whole
Then
lifestyle.
it's right. And then so Louis, I want you go ahead.
I have people at my job work out with me, and they, hey Louis, I want to invite you to my wedding. I got married now. I never thought I'd get married. I mean, because I had this lady, I mean, my husband, because a lot of relationships break up. Some people don't take care of themselves. Sometimes relationship break up because one of my best friend at work, I've been telling him for years, you take care of yourself, man. His wife left him because he got so bad out of shape, stopped being sick, stayed like for years and years. Then he started back working out and got his wife back. He's like, man, thank you for helping get myself back in shape. I said,
Wow.
take care of yourself, man. I said, I mean, I felt so good at doing that, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Okay, so now you spoke on how you inspired and you pretty much helped him get his wife back. I know you've also.
I just helped him got himself back in shape. And I guess his wife came back because she's trying to take care of herself because she got tired of taking care of him, taking him to the doctor. She knows he's gonna die soon.
Wow, that's
so
crazy.
Taking himself back, got his family. I like seeing families stay together, you know. Something you can control it. You know, because you can't control everything, but some things you control yourself.
Okay, so Louis, talk about the people. You know, I know you've also shared there's been people that have come to you. I don't want anybody on here to be like this. They've come to you and they've asked you, and you've taken time, and you know, even though this, you can rattle this off at the top of your head, and then they go see them at the snack machine, or they doing something totally different.
I still tell them information, no matter. I can see them at McDonald's next day. I still tell them no. Ask me every day, I still tell them that, but no, they gotta want to do that themselves. You know, I can tell them something, but they gotta want to do it from the inside.
Exactly.
But one day that light may click and they may do it. So, you know, but they'll have the knowledge and know what to do. Because I made a lot of mistakes, me working out and I made a lot of mistakes and stuff I done wrong. That's why I know. That's why I try to tell people don't go down the same path, make a mistake I did. Because I have competed in the show. I did a show one time when I just ate like crap and looked like crap. And I felt bad by myself. And I said, I'll never look like that again. I ain't took it serious, and people took it serious. They kicked my behind. I'm like, dang, I look terrible. I wouldn't look at the picture. I said, I'll never look at that again. I took the wrong stuff, ate the wrong thing. I knew it was wrong stuff. I kept eating anyway. And somebody kept saying, you look good, which they're lying to me in my head. So some of your friends or your worst enemy tell you something you look good, and you look terrible.
So Louis, I gotta laugh because when I was in Ohio, that's where I went to the bulk of my shows to go to all these competitions. And even if I call my 28-year-old, we would be cracking up because we would be sitting in the stands in the audience, and we'd be like, who told them to get on stage? You'd be like, you know, and we just die. You know, you're not loud, but you're thinking, what gym they go to, ain't nobody I'm gonna say there's no one in that gym that is next level, because they got these serious poses and nothing, and then they just, you know how they looking. So you really, all you could do is say, well, I applaud them for stepping on stage, but somebody should have came and said, you're not ready to hit nobody's stage.
Exactly.
So, well, that's good that you were honest about things that you did wrong. And Tahira said, you know, we talk about the mindset. Everything, she said, mindset. Everything starts here. When you get your mind right, your body will follow. Get your mind right, everything else will follow. Your mindset will set you up for the discipline. I know what you do take a lot of discipline, you know, a lot of tenacity to stick with it, even when you don't win, even when you don't place where you want to place. And for all the people who have never placed, they keep, because I know Nicholas have seen people that keep, you be like, wow, they keep coming back. keep coming back. They won't give up. So I thank you so much. We've been on a little longer than I expected, but I thank you so much. Leave everybody. Okay, so you all know how you can get in touch with Louis Gregg on Facebook. He's also on Instagram under his name. He loves sharing. You all have my Show Me, Lord, Teach Me. All them nuggets he gave me is in here. Like I told you all the other day, I didn't put it on a piece of scrap paper. And when he was telling them to me, I didn't nod my head. And then I'm going to call him the next day and say, Louis, what you say? I can flip to the page. And he told me to do this, 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 and this. So if I don't get the results, I can't say I didn't get top tips. I just didn't choose to leverage the tips. I went and did my own thing. So when you ask for information and you say you're ready and people give it to you, go ahead and apply that resource and see how it worked for you. See how you change things. So Louis, I'm gonna let you close everybody out, leave them with whatever nugget you want to share. I want to thank everybody for being on in the comments. Please share. If you catch it on the replay, please put replay. You also had a classmate named Lisa K. Granby.
Yeah.
She said, I love this. Hey, classmate Louis, you are amazing. So she did hop on. I don't know if she's still on, but she definitely said she loved this. So please leave a note, leave a tip, Louis, and then we're going to close out.
I want everybody to make this the best year ever. I know we had a tough year, 2020, but 21, let's make this our best year ever. And that young look you want, you can still get it. Just apply yourself, and it's from the inside. Everybody can do it. Don't give up. Don't quit on yourself, because you quit on yourself, you quit on everybody else. Make an example. Show your family what you can do it. And anybody want to compete, get your personal trainer, somebody help you want to compete next level, but everybody take care of yourself, be healthy, and be safe.
Okay, so Louis, thank you for sharing that. Lisa says she's still here. Meal planning. Lisa says, she said, I'm still here. I know that you meal prep. There are services that you provide. I'm not saying gifting everything away. What services do you provide for individuals that they can reach out to you for?
I mean, it's all kind of meal preps you got it. People, I mean, Don Long got his own meal prep right here in High Point. I mean, people can get his all kind of meal prep. He fix everything for you. Whatever you want to do, you want to lose weight or gain muscle, he'll fix your meal for you, have it planned, have your meal for the week set out for you, or you can go online and get your meals. Okay, you ain't got to cook everything you want to.
I'm going to put his, I didn't mean to cut you. Don Long, and Don
Long here, IFBB Pro, Don Long, yeah.
IFBB, okay.
He's IFBB Pro, Don Long. He got everything.
He does meal prep.
He does.
Will they be able to find him online?
Yes, he does. He's real good at it. Yes.
Okay, so he does meal prep, and he's in High Point also.
I know he got a place in High Point. I think he got one somewhere else too.
All right, in High Point. Is he online? Would they be able to find him online?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they find him online. Nicholas probably know more about Don Long than I do.
Okay. All right. So I went ahead, Don Long, IFBB Pro, meal prep in High Point. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Anything else before we close out?
I'm going to go eat. I'm hungry.
Got you. Well, you can eat.
My cheat meal. It's my cheat meal. It's my cheat meal.
Okay. Your cheat meal at 10 o'clock. Okay. Well, Louis, again, it's been an honor. It's been a lot of fun. You know, thank you so much for sharing with everybody. We want all of you all, we want everybody to get healthy, make better choices. Health is our first wealth. And again, Louis is not 20 years old. And when you look at someone that is 55 years old and he is in tip-top shape and he has all these trophies from, mastering what he does, it speaks volume. So I thank you so much for coming on and sharing. I hope that you do decide to come back. Tahira said, thank you, sir. Lisa said, thank you both. Lisa, you're so welcome. Tahira, thank you so much. I know we went really long. You provided great information. People didn't have to go search for it, and they didn't have to be swindled into somebody saying, let me give you, you give me this much money and I'll give you a few tips. So you drop this for free.
And thanks for having me. I'd love to come here anytime you love to have me.
You are so, so welcome. I so, so appreciate you. You know what we gonna do? I want everybody to know I'm staying committed. I'm going to continue past the rapid drop challenge that we have in our company. But after my 30 days, I'm going to come back and I'm going to reveal to everybody where I am. Then we're going to revisit this conversation and I'll be able to share how Lewis Tips has helped me so much. And in 30 days, well, at the end of this month, he'll be able to share more with you all. But when we come back, have your questions ready. And share where you are in the process. Tahira said, this is, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Tahira. So I want to say this. Lewis is my second guest. Last week, Tahira Ogletree, she's actually my business partner. And she sent me, because this platform is for resources. She sent me this beautiful candle as a Christmas gift. And when she sent it to me, I didn't know what she was sending me. This came from her son's company. And the company is called Smell This. So on New Year's Eve, I actually had her 25-year-old son as my first New Year's guest. And he came on and he dropped information about trademarking, LLC, how he got started. So thank you, Tahira. This platform is for people to gain resources. We're not at the club popping bottles. That's not what we're doing. We are up late night, staying safe at home, gaining resources. So I'm going to come back with more individuals who bring great information. Knowledge, Eric Thomas always says, knowledge is key, get you some. So I'm here to not be an information hoarder. I want to bless you all with the people that I'm connected with so you can get some of the same information and tips so you can apply to your life. So Lewis, thank you for being my second guest.
I got one other thing to say.
Go ahead.
Before y'all start y'all journey, take a picture before and take a picture after. Look at your pictures as progress. Don't pay attention to that scale so often. Look at your picture as progress. Take a picture before and take a picture in your progress with your phone, though. Look at yourself. Look at yourself, be your own judge.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so. You know what, Lewis, I forgot because we said don't scale watch.
Don't scale. Don't get carried away with the scale. You can look at it once a week. Don't go every day looking at the scale because your weight don't change like that. Look at it. Let it be a gauge. That's all it be. Let it be a gauge. But look at your body, see your inches coming off, and look at how you look.
So
the scale.
Sorry, when did you say they should look at their picture? How often should they look at the picture?
Take a picture, right? Take a picture before, and as your progress, like every week or two, take a picture. And measure yourself, measure your waist, your instant, your thighs, measure your body parts, and see how you're doing. See your inches coming, because that's gonna be more important is inches coming off. Because as you're working out, you may be putting more weight on, but you put lean muscle on, taking body fat off. Because that's the key, taking the body fat off. Take the body fat off and bring muscle in. So you may gain a little weight sometime, but look, see that body change. That's the key.
Okay, so Lewis, I know we talked about the tape measure. I used to do handheld device for checking your body fat. You know what I'm trying to, BMI, body mass index. What about calipers? Do you recommend? Because some people, I didn't like calipers because I wasn't.
Calipers when you're getting ready, trying to lose a lot of body fat, getting your body fat down. You need working on calipers right now. That's okay. Calipers when you're getting ready for shows and all, checking your body fat, getting yourself around 8-9%. You don't need working on calipers. Just regular tape measure. Measure your body parts and your body parts. You can see change. Especially, I'll start with the waist first because that's what most people are doing. Waist and women's thighs, your arms. You can see the chest, even around your chest area. You start working out with weights, you can see your chest go down, because that's just normal for a woman. Especially if they got a big chest. Because chest is a muscle too. The more you work out, the chest is going to work out, and it's going to raise it up some, bring it up some.
Okay. So Lewis, let's talk about this lastly.
Okay.
The women, us women with chest.
Right.
How much, when we start to lean out, how much, because your bra size can change, how much fat tissue can actually, change from leaning out?
I don't know. I don't really know that, but I know as you were, I've seen women who like a D cup size went down. They had to get a new because they got measured for their bikini like 8-9 weeks out. Then when the show came, they couldn't, their breasts would fit in because they got too small. Because actually it came, picked it up, but the body fat, because once you work out the body fat down, that fat gonna leave. Especially if you got a sagging breast. You wanted to set up. I mean, I call them headlights. You want to set up like headlights.
Got you.
I mean,
Okay.
for exercise gonna do, because you're gonna lose some of that body fat. If you exercise, you're gonna lose fat. Because some of that's gonna go. But some people don't lose much breast fat, but most majority of them gonna lose a lot of it.
Got you. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that, because I always wondered what the percentage was, and I never knew like how much of that.
But first, y'all need to check with your boyfriend, husband for the come. Sometimes they may not want you to do that.
Right. Exactly. So you better just hold off. So, okay. Well, Lewis, it's 10. Thank you so very much. Any last thing you want to say? We're going to close it out. Thanks. I thank everybody. I thank them in the comment line. They're laughing at you saying headlights. Tahira said headlights. She got the funny emotes. Yes, you got them over here cracking up. So yes, Tahira, headlights. So
I got my granddaughter sitting over there.
right, leave the headlights alone, ladies. I'll leave them headlights alone. But anyhow, Lewis, any last words? And we're gonna close it out so you can go and eat dinner, your cheat meal.
I just said stay consistent. Whatever you do, stay consistent with it. Don't quit. You may not see the results the first 2 or 3 weeks, but stay consistent with it and they will come.
Perfect. So well said. I don't have nothing to say. Thank you again so very much, you all. I'm gonna sign out. If anybody want to continue to replay, please do that. But thank you all so much for spending this Saturday evening with us. And I thank Lewis, because he could be doing anything else. He has his grandchildren there with him. His daughter just arrived at his house, and I know they want his time. So thank you so much. Lewis, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna end our live, okay?
Okay then. Power to the people.
Exactly. Give me 1 second. We're kind of like froze here. Oh, hold on.